Yeah, and just so you know, the turtle deck, I just kind of generalized it.
Hey, yo, we're live.
Whoa!
Whoa, what's happening?
Is it working?
Yeah,
Where's the cameras at?
the camera's right there.
Hey, friends.
Yeah, and make sure just make sure we talk loud enough. And we'll make sure, Josh,
A
you
little
talk.
bit of a delay. It seems.
There is a little bit of a delay there. I don't understand this.
Is that going to bother people?
Delay in what?
Nah, it probably won't be. I mean, it's not gonna be a delay for them.
Oh, okay. We'll just take turns talking.
No.
Huh?
It's still on network, isn't it?
I don't know. Probably. What's
Yeah,
up, everybody?
Awesome. Well, fantastic.
Can
Yeah,
you
I think
leave in the comments? Let us know if you can hear. All right, we're doing a little bit different setup. Got the Yeti mics in this giant space.
yeah.
The team's being pretty nice to me because tomorrow we have a pretty big, what do you call this? Spring cleaning day at Edgewater?
Yeah, volunteer day.
Yeah, volunteer day. So we're going to be picking up sticks and just cleaning up the grounds, getting it ready for the kickoff of the season. But also we're going to be doing our episode, which is around laser tag and pyrotechnics. So
Yes.
David's building the Scout XL, I'm building the Scout XL, and we only have an hour and a half left in the day. Of course, we're going to be working a little bit late. But we want to get it done, and we thought, what better opportunity to multitask? So thanks for dealing with that chaos.
Ryan Papp says Lee is really loud.
Lee is always really loud. I'll keep my voice down.
Stephen Rosen says, "Sounds good. What up, Jen?
What's up?
What up, Stevie?
Is there I wonder if there's a lag. Slide that mic to the center. Which mic? We have two mics here. We have one right here and we have one over here. This one right here is, no. It's going to be two. All right, you do it. It should be on the back side there. It should be like just the two circles that look like a joint. So it's just me and you on this one and then those two on that one.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. We're off to a good start.
Off to a good start indeed.
Yeah, it looks like there's like a delay, but
All right.
that's all right.
Let's see what happens here.
All good in the hood. Welcome, everybody.
So this whole project and what you're doing here, Josh,
Yeah.
is this going to be something that has any relevance to the big B-17 that's sitting back here on the floor?
Huge relevance. It actually has relevance also to Flight Fest too. We're taking the opportunity to build the first version of the XL Scout, which, if anyone doesn't know, there's the Mini Scout, there's the Simple Scout, and this is what we're going to be affectionately calling the XL Scout. And this serves two purposes. It'll be our test bed for version 1, but it'll also be for the pyrotechnics board. So this episode coming out this week, Dave and I, actually Lee and I, went to battle with a laser tag system that had an on-screen display, so we were able to see whether we hit each other.
It was rigged.
He's still sour about this, friends.
Yeah, because you only gave me like 25 rounds and.
I didn't even small this small. But you know what's encouraging? You know what's encouraging though is I was able to get 5 hits on you.
Yeah, because I ran out of ammo and you kept flying by.
You guys got to watch the episode
Yes.
tomorrow. It's a lot of fun. But we were able to test out the OSD system and the laser tag system, which in the middle of the day, not a cloud in the sky, bright sunlight, we were getting great performance.
Yeah.
Now, Mateo, right? Is his name?
Mateo, buddy.
Mateo took what he saw with the ME262, I believe, and that he made a actual, what do they call it? Not a pyrotechnics board.
The special effects board.
Special effects board.
Special effects.
And that's what we're working on now. So this next week's episode is going to be where we do air-to-air combat, just like hopefully you guys would do. But it has features where when it hits a certain level, it'll kick off either one charge or another charge. That's perfect for the B-17 because that means when it gets 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, each motor can smoke, indicating it's been hit. And also this board has two-way communication, so the people shooting will actually know if they hit that person and who they hit. It's crazy.
It's sick.
It's really an amazing system. So excited for that. But the Scout XL is going to be coming out before Flight Fest because our good friend Dan Sponholes and who's the other groups that are doing bomb patrol?
Oh, there's a bunch of them that are doing the bomb or the dawn patrol, but Dan was I don't know if it was him or Josh Orchard or
everyone in the comments and stuff.
Yeah.
We have a great community of people, and oftentimes they come up with an idea to do a certain activity at Flight Fest, and of course we love that. Dawn Patrol is one of them, and that's where people are going to be building World War I inspired aircraft or scale aircraft to fly together in a big gaggle, both sides. So
Brian Papp, Josh Orchard, a couple of them.
You got them in there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. And what they did is they took the simple Scout plans and they enlarged it to what you see here. And we love that. So I'm just making basically a speed build kit version. I'm just adding a couple little flares. Like I want to have doublers in here because I always forget my A doubler, by the way. So now you cannot forget your A doubler.
No forgetting the A
I'm just
double.
changing a couple things, but this will be a good way to test it. And also for people that maybe can't scratch build or don't like cutting it out, they can still participate in Dawn Patrol by having a kit that builds crazy fast. Like we started at 1:30,
Yeah, somewhere around there.
so this is like a 2-hour build.
That's
So
awesome.
what better way to do it than hopefully by the end of this podcast it'll be mostly done.
Dan Sponholz said Josh Orchard, Carl Liddick, Ben Harbor, and Dan are the main coordinators on the
You guys are all incredible. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And Flight Fest is going to be probably, I think it's going to be the coolest Flight Fest in
Great.
town.
Oh, I think so. I mean, just some of the things in which we're able to do is pretty snazzy. We got that whole FPV focus. We're gonna have
With the FPV Freedom Coalition.
the FPV Freedom Coalition to here and everything. So
Yep.
yeah, it'll be snazzy. Hopefully, it'll be better than the quality of this podcast. It is like very choppy. People are saying that it's choppy.
Audio's good, video's lag.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. No, I don't. It's not. It's got to be our internet or something. No, are you uploading anything? So,
You upload
who's
something?
going to Flight Fest 2022? That's what Stephen Rosema is asking here.
Me.
And even if we weren't
Yeah.
working it, we'd still go.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
So does that mean we get in free then?
Yeah.
Friends and family
Sweet.
discount 6. Let's go.
Yes, family
I might
discount.
bring my wife.
Today's,
Oh, you better bring your wife.
today's also a treat. I'm talking a lot, but we have Wes.
You
I think
always
this
talk a lot.
This is the first podcast we've had Wes on. And that's
Yeah,
special.
Wesley Blue Jay Burson.
Yeah.
The
So,
house.
so we have our technical expert here,
Guru.
Guru.
I've gone this long without saying a word. Now I just say a word.
Yeah.
Did you see what one of the guys said about Wes Glenn? Says Wesley Blue Jay Burson is an awesome pilot, tech guru, and all around nice guy.
He's a nice
You know,
guy.
I'll second and third that.
Oh yeah, right. I'm right there.
Great addition.
Awesome.
Great addition to the team. So
Ooh, Dan Sponholz being a good man again, humble again. Flight Test Simple Scout XL would have never happened without the original Scout from Josh Bixler. Thanks for making the XL happen.
well, brother, you made it plans, and I love it. So people, if you want to scratch build a Scout XL, maybe Dan can slack you the.
It's on the resource.
It's on the
It's on the
resource.
Yep, it's on our resources.
Page on the forum.
Ooh, I need to have those stuff.
Check it out.
Forum resources, and it is one of the newest ones listed on there.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So hey, Arctekin or whatever it is, 8 Industries. Is there a family discount too? Hey, yes, there actually is a family discount. If you get on there and sign up before May 1st, you get the early bird special. That's us telling you that it's there. Go get it. There's your discount. It's pretty good too.
It is good stuff, yeah.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, don't wait till May 2nd.
No, you
You
wait.
got 1 month from today.
Ooh, it is.
It doesn't
It
hurt.
is
A lot,
today.
a lot of people know too. Like normally, Flight Fest happens in late July, or
Right.
sorry, early July, mid July.
Mid-July.
Mid-July.
It's happened late June, which is
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
I'm seeing the chatter and the energy just because of that date range so much more than in July. I hope it works
Oh,
out.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then we've got a busy summer. We were talking about that on the way to lunch today. Like we've got action-packed summer.
It's good because it's been a rough winter.
It is. It's been a really rough winter.
Has anyone watching this podcast had a good winter where they live? Because maybe we can move there.
Yeah, probably.
Like you're gonna move. Like your wife would let you move.
Our friends out in,
All right.
In Florida?
Yeah, Florida. No, I was thinking of where's Rob out in San Diego.
No.
Probably did it right.
I'll take Florida.
I'll take Florida or San Diego. Most of those people already moved to Florida, so yes,
Sick.
it is sick. But we've got a lot of events here at Edgewater, but we're also going to quite a few events as well. So it just looks like an action-packed summer.
That's gonna be amazing.
Be a lot of stuff going on.
And I miss you guys. Like it's awesome working within this team, but there's a certain spark of life that happens when you look outside your window
Oh yeah,
and you see families and people flying together. It's just incredible.
True thing.
So I can't wait for it.
My wife's stoked.
It's
She
easy.
can't wait to get back out here and like hang out with the kids and the family and peeps. Because strictly, she's not been able to get outside much at all this whole winter. So
Yeah.
it's been great.
It's been rough. So,
Nicole.
Nicole says Dave won't let us move.
we only live like 15 minutes away.
I told her if we're moving on grounds.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
There you go.
Well, if the zombie apocalypse happened, we might all have to move
We'll
on.
start-
ground.
We'll start the retirement
Yeah.
village on the other end.
Yeah, there you go.
By the time it's done.
That's right. Noah's gonna be the first retiree here.
Edgewater rest home. Oh dang!
Edgewater, Edge. Yeah, I got to think of.
You ain't got it.
I got to think of a good name.
Well, friends, we don't
Edgewater
know-
Acres.
Yeah, we don't know.
Edgewater acre.
Edgewater Acres. Let's go.
I like that.
We'll someone say that.
Hey, what about so Josh? There's a question here. Will there be more sub 250 gram designs being released in the not too distant future?
Ask, how do you guys feel about the tiny toot?
The tiny tutor, the little toot.
I mean, because we do have a good selection, but I think we can get the well. That's gonna be a little hard. Do you think we can get the tutor down below 250? Because I'd love to get a conventional look in there.
Why are you asking him?
I think we can squeak it in below.
You think we can squeak it? Come
All right,
on,
after we go full
Stephanie, come on.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some smaller planes, and especially some countries don't have the benefits where we still have a lot of freedom to be able to fly easily here. I think is Canada. If anyone's from Canada, I'm pretty sure they're still like sub 250.
Hey, boss, when you put your head down, it makes it
Goes
harder.
away. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be playing with more sub 50s. And if you guys have any ideas what you'd like to see, the wing, the pizza box wing.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
forgot about that. That's gonna definitely be sub 250. So if you guys remember, a long time ago we did an episode around the pizza box flyer. That wing is just a fantastic little wing. We want to turn that into a sub 250. Like our build aero.
Ooh, I got an idea.
Yeah.
I got an idea. All right, so
Oh, I got this misaligned. Okay, go ahead.
that's all right. Won't be able to see it in the sky.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Flight Fest, and now you're bringing up the pizza box flyer.
Mhm.
What if we did an event at Flight Fest that involved just the pizza box flyers, but there's a caveat.
Okay.
You have to order pizza like on Thursday,
Yeah.
and then we have our build like on Friday.
Maybe like 1,000 hot and ready's flying through the air.
So yeah, I mean, there's plenty of pizza places around here that we can. I mean, we could tell them ahead of time. So you have to order your pizza, eat it on Thursday, and then on Friday
So
come and we'll have a build time in the tent.
all right, so
Or the alternative is you have to bring a pizza box from a local pizza company from where you're from.
Ooh,
I like that
Ooh.
better. I like that better.
well, no, we got to get. I mean, I like both of them because we
Well,
get.
but here's the thing: we have some killer vendors that are bringing some food in, and telling people to go out and buy pizza somewhere else and bring in the Flight Fest. That hurt their feelings.
Oh, it wouldn't.
Plus,
Because
how big of a plane are we going to build with a Crossroads box?
Well, I'm not talking a big family sheet.
The furthest distance away you bring your pizza
Fine.
box, the more points you get.
All right, I'm easy. I'm easy.
I like his idea better. Bring in your favorite family. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Here first.
You're
Bring
not
your
sorry. You're not
favorite
sorry.
Pizza box vendor from outside.
No.
Who's going to come from Seattle with a Little Caesars box?
Yeah, that would be kind of crazy.
We made when we did that episode, and by the way, check it out because it's there's I think a free downloadable STEM program still to this day on that video that's linked to it. But the pizza box flyer was one of the most fun episodes because he just took a pop bottle, he took a little gremlin motor, and he took a pizza box. So the plans are free downloads. It's amazing
Yeah.
how well it flew. So this one that I'm looking to design has the little bottom sled that clips up, holds the motor, the receiver, and the battery, and that way when you destroy your wing, you just go and then pop it back in.
Pizza box. So here,
Pizza box pop flyer.
yeah, Edgeline Aerial Solutions. Do we get pizza on top of our pizza if we win? So what if it is, since you don't like my first my first suggestion, what if we do a combat with just the pizza boxes
I like it.
and then the winner gets pizza?
I like that.
We'll buy them pizza.
I like that.
All right, so there.
Crossroads.
From Crossroads. No. You can't say. Yeah, you ruined my first one. You no.
Yeah, you
we're,
know,
we're not bringing. We're not bringing him in anymore.
Flight test plane and build it out of the pizza boxes.
No, it's got to
So
be.
I want to build a guinea and airdrop pizza with the pizza box plane.
Oh my goodness! Why is it? Why do you always have to throw a wrench in it?
Because he's the tech guy. They always have wrenches.
Did you just say something about throwing a wrench and stuff?
Where'd he go?
He is the wrench. Listen, you are the wrench, Mr. Misfit.
I can't believe we broke Lee.
We broke Lee. Lee's gone.
Where's this video?
He went back to his
He's plotting something.
Hey,
I'm just
He's
Oh.
getting some water.
so Stefan,
Yes.
put this question out here for me. I'm kicking this idea around. A lot of times we work through the weekends, and I'll be working on a design or building something for Monday, or even a new release. I was thinking about getting my basement and then just live streaming that on TikTok, and basically just seeing if anyone would want to do that. And
All right, people who are here, the 50 people that are here on Across the Platforms, who would watch
well,
TikTok live of Josh building crazy stuff in his basement?
because it gets lonely when I'm done.
Because listen,
I start talking to myself.
because everybody else is sleeping or doing something else or at the gym, with his son.
Yeah.
He's got to have some friends in there hanging out with him. So who would go on TikTok and watch and listen and hang out with Josh Fisher while he's I would. I would.
Would you?
Dave would.
Well, there you go.
Lee's probably mad at you, so he probably would.
What about Wes? Would you?
I made a TikTok account to comment on a video from Flight Fest. Someone told me that I'm lying, that I'm not the person in the video, and then I never touched TikTok again.
So yes, he'll be there.
I don't know. Whose idea was this? Was this Wes's idea?
Josh's idea.
Oh, terrible idea. Terrible.
I just get lonely in the basement.
One says, I would, but I don't have TikTok. I'd watch, but not on TikTok. Not on TikTok.
What platforms are they on?
So it looks like, well, they're definitely on YouTube and Facebook.
One of the two.
Right, they're definitely on those two.
Well, you know, it's just
Maybe they don't know we're already on TikTok. So we
Stream it. I mean,
This multi-streams.
Say it again, Dave.
maybe they don't know we're on TikTok, so we need to inform them.
That doesn't
Yes,
go
so
to
we are on
TikTok.
TikTok. But so at least 3 or 4 people would not be on TikTok strictly because they don't have them. But maybe there's other people that would be. But we could do both.
You could.
We could do one on TikTok someday, and then we could do another one on the old Facebooks or the Instagrams or the YouTubes.
I like it. And we haven't done a live build in a long time either. I mean, this spring is not as busy as it should be.
That's right.
He's
Right.
just happy.
That's right. I agree.
What do you think? What would be a plane that we'd want to do a live build on if we're going to do one? Nanoflurkin?
I'm not.
We talked about NanoFlare. What else?
I don't know because the Nanoflurkin is not a beginner plane. That's not a
No, it's not. Big Flurkin, I think, would be
too
too
long.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had one in mind.
What if we do a tenant?
Tenant.
That's what it was.
Because you know what we could do is if we did a tenant, the only downside is the scratch button aspect's lost. But what you guys could do is tell your educators and stuff to watch it. And we could do like a simul build with communities that want to build tenants, but also we could show different aspects of the tenant. Because the tenant's not just like a trainer, it grows with you. You can reconfigure it from pusher to
Yep.
tractor.
Yep.
It's just really cool. But we could kind of show that in real time, how easy it is, and then maybe even design a wing or something unique out of it.
Yeah. I mean,
you could put it together, show all the different integrations, but on top of that, you could actually do the design challenge.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So you could build your own wing, tail, whatever it is, and then we chuck it.
And we
fly.
just take it.
Yep.
And that would be a really, because it's hard to communicate how easy STEM-based aviation curriculums can go into a school.
Yeah.
It's just,
I think it's a great idea.
thank you.
Boom.
I like that.
something right here.
And then you can tell,
No,
you can tell
it's
teachers
okay.
to, hey, tune in and ask questions and things like
Yep.
that.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Look at that, we're solving the problems of the world.
Well, I think so. I think that, I mean, if we could just solve the delay that we have on our video, I think it'd be great. So it'll make for a good podcast, though.
are you on the right wireless network?
What other wireless network is there?
I don't know.
Uh,
Can we get you
Flight
wired?
test.
Can we plug you in wired?
I don't have a wire port thingy.
An adapter?
Nope. Does that answer your question?
Just push on a wire.
I don't. These these great
Your
MacBooks.
adapters don't have a.
No, I don't have it. I'm sorry.
His adapters don't have an adapter.
No, there's no adapters for the adapter.
The adapters are not adapting well at all.
No.
I can keep mine in my bag, otherwise I'd have it in my bag.
So-
Yeah.
Does everyone?
That guy.
We should get John on the podcast here, maybe next week, to talk about the F-18.
Yeah. So John's coming in on Monday.
Ooh, maybe we just have an early podcast.
No, because he's going to be here till Wednesday.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
So what
okay.
we'll do next Tuesday is we'll do like the podcast that we usually do. We can do this, set it up. We'll have to do a trial run or get hard internet out here or hardwired or whatever. We'll ask a guy that used to work in the tech field.
Ooh, Bob Parmalee.
Bob?
Hey, Bob.
Bob.
Hope you're doing well, my friend.
We get Bob on the podcast
Yeah,
too.
Bob, you're coming on the podcast at some point.
I don't think Bob would be very good at tech stuff.
No, have him on the
It
podcast.
was completely out of context.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
He said it.
That's hilarious.
No, it's because I was looking at this guy. And then he started spouting off with Bob.
Hey, and then what about Dan? Dan has a good question. What happened to the special guest yesterday?
Yeah, what happened yesterday, Stefan?
What happened to the special guest yesterday?
Well, the special guest is this guy.
No, not the original special guest that you were talking about on Tuesday.
Oh, no, that original. No, see, that's why I never named a name
Right.
because that
That's
fell
what
through.
Dan's asking about.
No, he's.
What happened? So he's asking what happened.
No, but he didn't know about the first one.
Yes, he did because we said it on Tuesday.
He didn't know who it was.
That's why he didn't name special guest.
That's why I didn't say it.
I know.
No, it was him. He was going to be on.
What you do is you interrupt halfway through and then you say, "Hey guys,
That's awesome.
Stefan,
All
tell
right.
them about Red Bull."
No one
This is how
knows.
you
That's right.
refocus them.
No,
It was
that's-
him.
That's a great.
No, because you
great
had-
interjection.
He had a bellyache, and he couldn't. Couldn't do yesterday.
Well, I know it wasn't me, though.
You were on yesterday. Supposed to be on the podcast.
Well, he's on today.
There was no podcast yesterday.
I know.
So yes, no, to go to your point, JB.
You guys are crazy.
We're actually Josh and his son Noah, our editor in chief, are going down to Dayton, Ohio, to the Red Bull Paper Wing event, which is really cool. It's actually an event for essentially what it sounds like. They make paper airplanes and they compete on these different levels, acrobatics, distance, all that kind of stuff. And they're competing for like the top 6 spots or something like that, to have a chance to go to Hangar 7, Red Bull Hangar 7 in Salzburg, Austria, to compete in the finale, to win the end all be all. So it's really pretty cool. Josh is actually going to be going down there and helping out and being part of the welcome kickoff. He's gonna do a little spiel.
We use words.
He's going to use words, going to talk about flight tests, and also going to talk about the hobby and just other things like that. And then on top of that, he gets to be one of the guys that throws out, like, that there's a first pitch scenario at baseball games.
Mhm.
He's going to be that guy, but he's going to be dealing with paper
You know
airplanes.
how self-conscious I'm going to be because, first of all, these guys and gals, they make some ridiculous paper airplanes.
Like,
I can't just show up with
Probably
a
months of
plastic
time.
little, like, we're flight test. We can't do that. So,
Do you have to make one?
yeah,
he's got to throw one out.
as soon as I'm done with the Scout XL.
Hey, what if it's
Are you?
what if the
Wait a
paper
second.
airplane is
Who
the Scout
signed? Who
XL?
signed you up for this?
Wait, what counts as the paper airplane? There's still the paper airplane
Yeah.
sitting out by the door.
Get Jerry Crane.
So,
Take
you know
that
what-
with
You know what I was seriously thinking of doing for distance? I was going to take a paper airplane. I was going to have a bucket of water next to me. By the way, if you're part of the Red Bull team, we're going to be there. Don't tell them I said this. But I was going to take it, and after I was going to throw it, crumple in a ball, soak it in water.
And chuck it like a baseball.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Because,
That'd be the first distance and even probably fly.
I know. I think it'd be really funny, but I don't know if they would.
That's a phenomenal
By
idea.
the way,
Or what you do, you take one with golf
Drop some
balls
water
downstairs.
Hey, seriously, the other thing I was thinking of was doing a paper airplane, but sneaking the easy
Yes.
power pack in it.
Yeah.
And so we just launch it, but it just put the throttle on and just launch it.
Well,
It's like-
when you make 2, right?
Wouldn't that be cheating?
You chuck the paper airplane.
Why?
when
Why
that's
would you
done,
want it to deceive all
and
of
then
these
you
young
chuck it- You take
kids?
the one out of your back pocket and you chuck it again.
It's a great product.
No,
placement.
that's
It's a
that's
great process.
deceit.
You know,
That's
Well, I'm not
deceit.
competing.
a whole
Yeah,
big
but-
container of golf
So it's
balls
gonna be-
downstairs.
Yeah.
Drill a hole, put a string through it, attach it to the front of the plane, throw the ball. That way, then, unlike the wet paper,
Yes.
when it hits, it bounces and keeps pulling it along.
It's a great
Be
question.
like a glider.
So
Anyway,
that's what he's
I'm-
going to be doing on this weekend. It's going to be really cool. We're really excited about it.
Really
Partnering
grateful
with them.
Yeah.
It can be nifty.
Red Bull's just been an awesome partner in the past, and I love the fact that they celebrate something like paper airplanes. A lot of people think paper airplanes are down here. To me, they're up here. They're truly something special. Anybody can do it.
Yep.
And the depths you can go into that aspect of the hobby, almost distance, is incredible. So
It is.
I'm really excited to be part of that, to be down there.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I didn't even know about this event until one of our Red Bull friends.
You didn't know about the event until you volunteered him to do it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
No, yeah, it went out until they came up to us and asked us about it. I was like, I didn't know Red Bull did a Paper Wings event. So super stoked that they do, and just kind of throws back to their obviously their aviation history and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff. So can't
Hey, Jeremiah McKinley, any of you flight test guys going to the Toledo swap meet?
It's a negative.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, sadly not this.
Sadly not this year,
Yeah.
but be on the lookout for later years. We do want to.
What does that mean?
to be a part of that?
That's a very loose commitment.
next year.
Toledo's
What?
a lot of fun.
Next year, you'll probably see us doing something next year.
What is he saying here?
You sit on the seat,
You sit on the seat. I don't know.
maybe the seat
The seat?
or like
The seat? Like the seat of the toilet?
yeah, maybe that or deceit like lies. You sit on a throne of lies.
What's this dude? Get David 5272 is having a little cry fit.
What is Josh?
Guess my question going to go unanswered. What was David's question?
Looks like it's
What is Josh building?
Oh, he's
Scout
building
XL.
a Scout XL.
Hey, brother. Yeah, we're building the Scout XL. Sorry, people come in and we aren't able to answer everybody, but the Scout XL is basically a 155% version of the Simple Scout. And both the Scout XL as a scratch build and also the Simple Scout and the Mini Scout have free plans you can download. But what we're trying to do here is we're going to build this as a speed build kit as well too, because some people prefer the speed build kits. And that way, before Flight Test comes out, we'll be able to release this. And this powers off of a 2814 motor. And that is a really important thing because that means we can fly between an 11 and a 12-inch blade very efficiently, and the power is ridiculous. So it can go on something like John Overstreet's Warbirds on a 4-cell with an 11-inch and just be a beast in the sky. Or it can go on a 3-cell slow flyer like Old Timer, something like Jason McQuiston's D7 that we're working on, and fly super slow and indoors. So it's a very cool motor that we want to design around. And it fits a really cool niche inside. So this is the first attempt at a speedboat kit of it. So great question.
So Jason Hurdlow asked, with the Scout XL being so big, it's a wing detachable. He's afraid if it won't fit in his car if it is not.
The wing's 58 inches.
58 inches.
58-inch wingspan. The Scout XL, you could probably make this detachable. We're not going to be making this one detachable, but I'm eyeballing the Tudor next. So remember Mike's Tudor right there? Wherever it is?
The turbo, the big Tudor?
The big Tudor, yeah.
All right.
So this fits that same
Turbo
bracket
XL.
of size and what have you. So if this works out good, maybe we'll just put it up for like a vote. What's the next one people would like to see in an XL size and keep going?
What size motor are you running that on?
This is 2814.
2814.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a flight test motor, and it's very low profile, which means you can take either a 2218 CPAC motor or the 2814, and the depth has been adjusted so it has a real low profile base. It can actually fit where a CPAC is. The reason that's important is a lot of like the Warbird designs that John uses. I'm thinking like the P47. You can modify that and put that on. You get extra nose weight with crazy power, and it still has that same depth. Someday when our Freedom Foxes come in, wait till you feel the power of that. It's basically the same as a turbo, almost a turbo Tudor, turbo timber motor in that power bracket. So it's pretty amazing.
Yes, indeed.
But we have the Flirkin now. I'm kind of gravitating towards this size, but also slow flyers. Like we have a lot of fast planes now. I want to go backwards into the old timers and the slower flyers too, because they're just so magical in the air. I think
Yes.
it's going to be pretty cool.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of big planes, that F-18 that just launched, that's a pretty big plane.
It's huge.
It's like 6 feet tall or something like that.
It's as tall as John Overstreet is, and that's been doing great. A lot of people picked one up, and it's kind of a cool hybrid between John's Master Series, because you buy the plane as a Master Series, but what he did is he put a set of decal kits out So you basically build the Master Series airplane, and then from that point on, you paint it gray or basically any color you want. And then he has a whole bunch of liveries that are strategic decals. So he has the Dam Busters. He has the Jolly Roger. What else does he have?
The Jolly Roger, the Dam Busters, and the
Puking Dogs and the Shadow Hawk.
So
what it is?
I think it is. Yeah.
it's kind of like a Master Series SkyFX hybrid because SkyFX is either printed airplanes or printed decals. And this one, if it was 100% printed, it would just be way too expensive.
Yeah.
And really kind of niche down. Where now people basically just have to build their plane. It'll look brown just like this, and then they base it in their gray color that the F-16s are. And they stick the stickers on, and they're done.
Boom. Yeah, the Dam Buster, the Jolly Roger, and the Tomcatters.
Nice.
Those are the 3 different decal sets that are available.
It's hard to express how big that plane is.
Yeah, there's a picture somewhere. Was it on Instagram?
Yeah,
Like
with
that's
John
live
sitting-
Instagram?
John, yeah.
You can check that out. He looks literally sitting like on his toe, and you can see the top of his head. It's hilarious.
It's really cool.
So yeah, so check that out. That's live on the store right now, I believe. Hanging out there, we're doing doing
How's
cool stuff.
yours coming along?
Interesting.
Interesting.
I think we need to work on the turtle deck.
I agree with you. I was looking at the turtle deck. So Dave behind me is building the second one as we speak. But again, this is the first one, so the turtle deck and everything is yet to be, figured out. So we're just kind of cutting and chopping as we go.
What's up, Noah?
Not much.
What you doing, bud?
Checking my cameras.
Are you checking your cameras? Noah,
They're still there.
Our little editing rabbit over here.
Hey, now would be a really good time too. We have Wes, and he's like a treasure of knowledge, especially with the quads. If anyone's built a Guardian or has any kind of crazy questions, we don't get him on the podcast too often.
True.
But we will from now on.
I like
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
because you're awesome, Wes.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, have any questions for Wes? Shoot him through while we're still on here.
Puking Dogs.
Jeremiah McKinley says 100% Sportster would be awesome. Now you're just speaking his love language.
Oh my goodness, Jeremiah. That's why.
That's brown nosing to the bulls.
Where did
Yeah.
I send the check, brother?
No,
Yeah.
so you.
That's the next one.
Wait, no. This is the guy. This is Jeremiah, the one that wants to. We were talking about coming up and interning and
Yeah.
everything. He just knows.
Obviously, we connect on a different level. Jeremiah,
He
you're
just
hired.
knows
You're
you.
hired. Done. Boom. Sign the papers. Let's go.
Okay,
Killing me.
There's gonna be 2 of us now.
Killing me.
That's so good. Well done, Jeremiah.
Oh, the Sportster's an awesome.
It's a great plan.
Would you like to build a big one so you can fly in it?
You want to make a full scale, don't you?
Just bait.
I know I am.
The answer is yeah. As soon as the P-17 is done, right?
Rara SVT says, good to know. I picked up a Guardian Gremlin kit and it's in the queue of things to build.
Awesome.
Thanks, Rara.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
we got a great build video edited by my son, and also Wesley takes you through the programming. So is that on the store now linked? Now that it's
Oh,
up?
I need to put the link on the store. The videos are up on the Flight Test
Okay.
Tech page.
Flight Test Tech page, go there because this is my fault, friends. We got that out, and I got behind on doing the tech build video, and because of that, people didn't have a video to support it, but it's up now, and it's really good, and it's kind of like evergreen, where any Gremlin we come out with in the future, the process in my mind has the same techniques. So you fasten the motors, you put the control board on, you use that kind of like helping hand, solder it together. You can route your wires at the same time, and then Wes does a great job taking you step by step through betaflight, correct?
Yeah.
So that's my intimidation. Betaflight scares me, and especially now that you can program the ESCs through it, it just blows my mind.
The biggest thing about Betaflight is it seems scary because there's so many settings. Once you get to know Betaflight, you realize you use almost none of the settings. And most of them are like really obtuse and useless settings that just aren't used anymore, but are kept there because they've always been there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something offensive, but is it safe to say that most boards, like right out of the box now, are tuned good enough where people don't really need to touch it?
The most recent versions of Betaflight, like they've got tuning down to where stuff flies decently well on just stock settings, unless you have like really weird and out there builds, like incredibly powerful or incredibly weak builds.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like Lee's been flying his on the stock Betaflight tune
Nice.
as well.
I like how Josh started that sentence with, I'm going to say something really offensive. And then
Well-
he talked about like a general hobbyist question.
It's kind of like
That'd be totally different. Like if I said I'm going to say something
I would
offensive.
just walk away.
Yeah, you'd
I
have
just
your
walk away.
honey, cover the kids' ears.
well,
Back in the day,
that was offensive.
Jerk.
back in the day, some early versions like Betaflight, Clean Flight, and even earlier than that, some builds you could burn up your motors on your first flight if you use a stock tune, just because. I mean, it all flies. Tuning it makes it fly better, but now the default settings are pretty good for most anything. But tuning it does make it fly a little more locked in if you're doing like crazy aerodynamics.
Now, when we were messing with the Guardian XP, which has the bigger motors on it, which is a hint that's going to be coming out. Coming to a store near you. But only if you're on flighttest.com. Stored at flighttest.com. But is that the same tune as?
Yeah, we were running the same tune on both of those.
The same tune both? Okay.
And you're going to be creating a dump, which is really cool. That you basically sign in, and then you can take the whole file and drop it, and it'll change orientation and everything for you.
Yeah. So the only thing you might need to change on the dump that's on the current Grim one is just the outputs for like your throttle and all that. You might have to switch aileron and elevator. Aileron and rudder on Radio Master. If you're using Radio Master and having an emulate Spectrum, but if you're using direct Spectrum, you shouldn't have to change any settings. It should just be flop it in and go.
Flop and go.
Flop and go.
Man,
I'm excited. Well, it used to be, Lee, when we would do a multi-rotor and we'd finish it, they'd, okay, let's go outside and we'll show you how to tune it. It was that bad. It's
Yeah,
like,
I remember
okay, it's doing this or it's doing
I
this.
remember that.
And let's just go ahead and change the P-value and the I and the D. And it was never really, it was like, just keep adjusting until you like it.
Yeah.
I remember flying that Nano long range, the little tiny, incredibly light, incredibly underpowered quad that has like long.
Was that the
flights
one
on
that
it.
you built?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
3D printed one. That's one of those ones that it's incredibly hard to tune because it's so weak. Like like that thing, like you give it full throttle, it's like barely climbing, but it's kind of like what it was built to do. So tuning that thing was awful.
So how I entered into the quad, or I shouldn't even say the quad, the multi-rotor universe was back when Mr. Bixler here, he gave me a tricopter. He said, hey, take this home. And, the first flight, and there was no FPV or anything like that.
It was just 3 sticks in the sky.
Oh, man, I take it up, and it goes up, and it goes up, and it goes, and it's gone.
The best part about the tricopters is that the whole reason those were basically a thing was because motors and ESCs were so expensive. So it's cheaper to get a servo. Nowadays, a good servo is more than a motor and an ESC for a multi-rotor.
Oh, man.
Dude, I could imagine that first experience.
Oh, it was a Saturday.
Up and away
Dude,
it
it was a
goes.
Saturday morning. I waited all night, and I'm like, God, this is gonna be awesome. And it goes up, and it ends up in my neighbor's pond.
He sent me a picture of literally a tricopter shape. It was 3 sticks, like when a pud punches through the
Mhm.
algae. It was that, and you got it out.
Yeah,
How did
well,
you get it out?
no, the neighbor got it
The
out.
neighbor got it.
Yeah, the neighbor went in and got it
The
out.
job onto his neighbor.
No, I don't go in water that I can't see the bottom. I just don't do it.
Sharks.
Well, not sharks in a pond, but
There's Ohio ankle biting shark.
I don't know. No, I don't know what it is. It's just it is what it is.
That's awesome.
But then it was the original wooden Versacopter.
Yes. I still have a deer. We got all.
We've got a bunch of random
helicopters all over
wood
again.
quads.
You got a little teary
I
eyed,
did.
misty.
I did.
Yeah.
So I did. I missed the Versacopter. I just missed the Wonder, and I'm happy with the Guardian because it kind of brings back the Wonder. Is it a race quad? No. Is it gonna fly? Super HD cameras? No. But it's fun.
It's
You
fun.
get 6.5, 7 minutes of flight time.
Mm-hmm.
The XP version, which is going to have the 1106 motors, right?
Mhm.
6,000 kV. That's a 2-cell. 3-cell, you have to be pretty careful because they'll get warm, right? Wesley?
On the Guardian.
On the XP.
The
version
XP
of
with
it?
the 1106 6000s.
So you're asking if it gets warm on 2-cell?
3-cell.
That
Yeah.
was a question.
Oh, no.
No.
3-cell, it'll get warm, but it'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, it gets warm. You'll want to let it cool off between flights, but when we were taking it out, ripping it around, it was doing great.
Awesome.
That's good.
On 2-cell, it still had just crazy punch. And my only concern is I want to make sure it's still user-friendly enough for a newbie pilot. Because again, it's a Delrin frame, not carbon fiber. But I don't think it was that.
What we could do is in our dump that we give with it, we could have 2 flight modes. We could have one flight mode that has a throttle cap put onto it.
Nice.
So that way it limits how much power it has. It'll basically keep you from going full throttle.
Our whoops will be having that.
Yeah,
Correct?
the whoops will be having a throttle cap on one of the modes. That way, as a beginner, because it can, like we took it out and I was flying by those trees out there, and you get a full throttle punch, it felt like a much larger quad.
Nice.
I saw it, just a little speck of woo.
It is for being a semi-ducted setup. It is really light.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it's good. Lee, we're gonna have you fly that. I'm excited for you because you've been growing so quickly with the quad world.
Well, I got it sitting on my desk in there. I found it.
Awesome.
It was in the studio underneath a bunch of stuff.
I think Noah was taking some shots of it and then we configured.
Yes. Taking shots. We're at 40 minutes already.
But this is building
Dang.
every bit as quick as a simple scout. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I'm loving this.
I can see how, like, when you get into the smaller realms of fixed wing aircraft, like things just get smaller, right? So it's like the
Wait a second. Wait. You cannot overlook and just move past those profound
they're
words
profound.
when you just said,
Yes.
when you get into the realm of smaller aircraft, things just get smaller.
This is when I interrupt.
No, but that's what you said.
Because I'm getting to my point.
I want to hear your
He
point.
doesn't care about my point.
No, I do, but I mean,
He
you
does not
just,
care.
I'm set back by it.
So when you get smaller, right?
This is going, don't worry. I want to hear
So you get into these like little areas of the airplane that like, oh, if you have too much glue, it's going to be off the CG, or like you cut too far in. I feel like with a bigger version of this plane, gives you a little more ability to like adjust. Is that true statement? Is that fair?
Yeah, I think you can build a little bit dirtier. You can have a little bit more forgiveness
Yes.
with the bigger planes. The
Build
bigger,
forgiveness.
bigger frankly flies better. It's just harder to manage
Yes.
in regards to like size and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, the monster planes. Everyone looks at the monster when we try to pass the transmitter and like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it.
They
No,
fly best.
They fly like a dream. Yeah.
Like that. Still to this day, my favorite flying airplane is the A10, the big A10.
That was a fun.
The one that's hanging in your office?
No, the speed build kit version of that.
Oh, okay.
And the neat thing about the planes when we do designs, whenever we have to build like a mini, like for example, the Nano Flurkin, I probably have more time in the Nano Flurkin than I did in the original Flurkin, just because
For sure.
when you shrink things down, I mean everything works against you.
Yeah, everything gets like
Almost everything needs to be touched if you want it to be a good experience.
Right.
And that's a little bit more challenging. But when you go bigger, it's kind of like blow it up and then
everything's under a microscope at that point.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's cool.
Good
No,
stuff.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this
Oh, man.
Scout XL flies and floats around.
And I just thought about this. We're going to be able to have this out probably before the Wings Over Edgewater event.
Ooh, yes,
Yeah.
that's great.
So tell them what that is about. Because Jason, by the way, if you're listening, brother, I love the schedule you made, man. It's incredible.
Yes. So Wings Over Edgewater will be actually our first actual event. Because the open house, even though it's an event, it's an open house, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of a flight event, Wings Over Edgewater is the first one for this year. That is happening on if I'm not mistaken, the 29th, the 30th, and the 1st of May, I believe. So right at the end of April into the beginning of May. And essentially, Jason planned this. I mean, there's a whole ton of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to look over that schedule. I know Lee's looked over it multiple times. Give some context of what it's all about. Wings Over Edgewater is all about. What kind of planes,
So-
etc.
It's obviously Memorial Day, so we want to honor those who have fought bravely and fallen. We're going to have a strong military theme. The final video, our plan is with the B-17 is going to be shot at that event. So we're going to be doing the laser tag experience, flying the painted and finished B-17. Also, Jason's been working on I want to say it's an 18 or a 17-foot C-47 that he's going to be flying out there. He has some buddies that are bringing some monster-sized warbirds down. And it's going to be very warbird themed. Obviously, anyone can fly anything. We're going to have an area where fun flying is going to go out, even with all the different gaggles and stuff like that. There's still going to be an area for people just to keep in the air and keep having fun. We're working on possibly getting a military vehicle show and a walk through time at the event as well too. And no guarantees on that yet, but imagine warbirds, tons of these gaggles and planes flying around, and at the same time, military history being displayed.
Yeah.
Are we going to be having airplanes for sale and that kind of stuff there?
Oh yeah,
as
the
well?
hobby shop will be open.
Oh yeah. So if anybody wants the schedule of events, you can actually go to edgewaterairpark.com. Just on the front page, you scroll down to the bottom, you can see the different calendar events. click on the event. It'll take you there. You can read about it. And then there's actually a more information button. If you click on that more information button, it takes you to a page that gives a breakout of what each thing is, a description, and then the schedule of all of what we're going to be doing for that. So, yeah, Jason McQuiston has done a bang-up job doing, coordinating all that. And the best we could do is communicate all that.
A lot of people just don't realize that this team in general, it's not like Jason works the lasers, but he's also a plane designer and an amazing pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Russ works tech support, but he's also a world-class race quad pilot, videography, and builder. Everybody in this team has these unique skills, and I love the fact that through the content, through the show, and just through life, everybody carries a lot of different hats to show how good they are. It's something I'm really thankful for, and at the same time, you guys are going to get to see as you come to these different events.
What's Stefan's special talent?
Dude, Stefan is a cheerleader of life, first of all, because you can have a down day, and this dude will go. And also on a spiritual level, between you two, it keeps me right and tight with God. So you have a down day, and either you guys will count it out of me, love it out of me. It's pretty darn awesome.
Unless he has a down day, and then it's kind of like Mama ain't happy at the house because there's like yesterday. You had a down day yesterday. Yesterday. Yes.
Well, it's probably because you're telling everyone he had a tummy ache.
He did have a tummy ache, though.
Yeah. We just talk about
No, I did have tummy ache. I mean, for me, tummy aches definitely would bring me down, strictly because of I have some digestion issues in general. So when they're exasperated after my sickness that I had recently, which definitely was a down day.
It was a down and out.
Down and out.
Yeah.
Yes. Took a little time to get back to my old self, as they call it. So no, indeed, you gotta be high on life. You know what I'm saying?
But no, Stefan also, as much as it's a cheerleader life too. Like when we start getting into a deep thought and everything, he brings out some pretty crazy levels of depth into what we go through, especially on the why of what flight test is. And I love that. I love the fact that people care on this team down to that level. Because we're not just about flying airplanes. We're about connecting with people, making memories, ministering to people through flight. And that's how it's been, at least in my heart, from day one. And that's how it's going to always be. These are tools. These are things that we can use to connect with people, whether it's a family member, a friend, someone you're mentoring with. It's what shaped my life, and I want to see it shape other people's lives. And if you want to see it in action, come out to one of these events, but mostly come out to Flight Fest.
Yeah.
I mean, walk in that build tent and try to not see that in action. Try not to see lives being changed. This is not just a hobby. It's a tool, and I love it.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, and it never gets old talking about that because it never loses its potency.
Yeah.
The neat thing about like a plane like this, the Scout, there's an experience behind the Scout XL that's going to be truly unique to this airplane. And then the next plane, maybe it's the Fokker D7. It's going to have an experience that's truly unique. And whether it's 10 years from now or tomorrow, that experience is still relevant. Technology doesn't take that away.
Right.
And it's something you can build at any time. So if there's something 10 years from now that was special about this plane, you can build it again. And I love that.
It's just, I love how you share that, Josh, with like bringing someone who's been in the hobby for 40 years or someone who just got in the hobby. They will have a different build experience for each plane.
Yeah.
They'll have a different flight experience of each plane. They'll have a different scenario when they go to an event. I mean, the perspectives are going to be different. But the one thing that kind of brings everything together there is that when you go to these events, right, when you come all together in like a Flight Fest or Wings Over Edgewater, you get to then share those experiences.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't then just become about your own perspective and your own experience, but then you hear from Josh's perspective and Lee's perspective and Wes's perspective and David's perspective. And then you get a much more well-rounded view of not only the hobby, but what the hobby can do for people. And it's just amazing to be able to see that. If you've never, like I said, never been to a Flight Fest or one of those types of events where you've met people and had those conversations and experiences, please, by all means, make sure you do so.
Yeah.
To Lee's point earlier, May 1st, that's you gotta get your tickets before they go.
It's
Definitely
not bring a plane or bring a toy, fly it in circles, hope it doesn't crash and go home. It's a truly changing experience.
That's right.
I remember when I was young, I remember almost every plane I built with my dad. I don't remember the successful flights. I remember putting it together with him. I remember the failures. I remember him laughing and chuckling and patting me on the back. And I was just angry and mortified about the fact that like I busted this plane. I would do anything to go back and have that failure and have that encouragement and stuff.
Yeah.
And to think that this can be a tool in someone else's life that can be used for that is powerful.
Big deal.
Yeah, I remember, the buzzard bombshell and Josh Finn or Crafty Dan. I bet you even a lot of our community members, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember my dad flying out in circles. He was like me, frankly, he had no butt. And he would walk around and he would put the radio down on the ground. And he had this plane trimmed out. And it was glow. It was pop, 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 pop. And he would put the radio down and he'd have to hold his one hand to hold his pants up. And he'd run out. And as it went by, he would spin the wheel. It was this big old Trexler tire. And it'd spin and kind of rock and then just kind of go around for another. That was his life goal, was to like trim out an RC airplane to fly without any controls.
Oh, wow.
But guess what? I got 3 buzzard bombshell kits now from different people. And I'm like stockpiling. I'm like just looking for the day when I can be the old weird guy holding up his pants running out to spin the wheel. But planes can recreate those memories like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's not something that's there and gone that you can't go back to. So I'm looking for it. I think a lot of that's what we're going to be talking about at Red Bull this weekend.
Yeah.
Is just the power of how aviation can change lives. And then couple that with schools.
Education, families, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be great.
You've heard me say it. This is going to be a truly special year. I think people coming off of COVID, all the crazy things in the world, they need something to connect over.
Yep.
And
Ryan Papp says it well. Says, bring your love to fly planes, to Flight Fest, not the planes you love.
someday that's going to get on a t-shirt. Can you make that?
I can't, but I know people who can.
Yes, we made that.
Yeah,
Steven's
don't
on
make
that. He heard it.
Yes, Stephen Rosema. There you go.
We're at 51 minutes.
Yep.
y'all.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, and guess what? You know what? Keep talking.
Look where I'm at. Oh, well, look at where
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
at.
This is why we have a David.
Yeah.
To be fair, I started a few minutes before you.
Yeah. No, you know what? I like it. I agree with the turtle deck needs top, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to
I like how that looks on top, by the way. No poster board.
No poster board.
Hell.
And we're doing everything we can in life to get rid of poster board. Hey, you know what I was thinking about? Do you know how the old planes have, I'm trying not to turn away from this. Do you guys know how the old planes have stringers?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool on this one to put a bunch of score cuts so as you cracked it, it would give you the simulation of those stringers on like fabric covered stringers that you normally see?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like I did on my my C-130 or DC-3. Sorry. I don't know if you remember. It was like hexagonal roundness.
Yeah. It wasn't on the. It was on the fuselage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Boom.
That would be awesome for old timers. It'd be awesome for like fabric and wood planes.
Yep.
All right, we're on it. That's what we'll
Boom.
try.
Come in hot. If Steven says heard that, so we're good.
Heard that.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait, friends. This is.
Should we get some words of wisdom from Wes today?
Words of wisdom from
We've
Wes.
been talking too much this whole time.
Wisdom words from Wes? That's just.
With that's my W's. Let's do it.
Triple W.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you ain't gonna act like you can't talk. Words of wisdom from Wesley.
Give us
You get the ending quote.
Hold on. Let me push my wing through first.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be super loud by that mic.
Baby. Oh. All right.
No, why not just knock the
I'm
mic
like,
over?
I'm like a little kid if I can't fidget. Okay. I give you time.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Words of wisdom.
Give us a wisdom.
Stefan makes something up all the time, so just make something up and then we'll go with it.
If you're at an
You have to
event-
speak up. Speak up.
If you're at an event and you go to plug in your aircraft to get on your channel and someone's yelling, that channel is now probably clear.
And there you have it.
All right, come to Flight Fest and you'll realize how wrong that was.
Yes.
That's
See ya.
terrible word.